Hello, everybody, and welcome to Body, Mind, and Soul with Yolanda Roos. This is a channel that you watch. We were going to do videos every day. Unfortunately, I have satellite internet, and I don't think it's going to handle that. So we're going to put stuff up 3 or 4 times a week. We'll put some videos up. This is a quick read. I asked the cards. This is the Shaman Oracle. This is a reading about this virus and how it's going to affect you. Monday is usually the body. So I'm not going to go into anything this week about the body because we are pretty well versed about what we're supposed to be doing. The COVID-19 is more like a virus that everybody gets, but because it is an animal-based transfer type of virus, it is very susceptible to be unpredictable. We don't have natural immunity, okay? So the body, because this is the body day, we're going to do the reading and see how it's going to affect you. The body doesn't have natural immunity that it normally has when you get a human virus, flu, pneumonia, things like that. So guys, if you are not aware, this came from an animal. It morphed and was able to get into a human and reproduce. The reason, like I said, it's dangerous is because it is an animal virus, not a human virus. So if you do get this, they also suggest that you are careful and be not around or touching your animals because your animal can get this. This thing is actually contagious to animals. Wash your hands. Stay away from each other. That's why the quarantine in place is really the most effective, because this thing is changing. I've been watching it, I've been reading it, I've been doing it scientifically, not just like, oh, let's buy 50 pounds toilet paper. Like logistic, I wanted to understand it. This is why I created this channel, because I want to understand things. I want you as the public to understand things. So the virus came from an animal, probably a bat of something. They're saying rumors around that they were experimenting and somehow they ended up in the marketplace. It doesn't matter. It came from an animal. It was somehow transferred into a human, whether they ate it, breathed it. Now, a lot of things that do move like this are airborne. That's why they're probably assuming it's a bat or a flying thing, because they're not limited to the ground. They can go to many different places. So somebody got it. It was taken out. The reason it takes so long, I believe, this isn't scientific, I believe it takes so long because your body, when it gets in and this virus comes into you, very easy to accept into your body. It's almost like it doesn't leave. It kind of hangs out in your system and it takes 2 weeks for it to come out. Some people who have good immune systems, whatever the case may be, can fight it. Natural immunity, or they just maybe they're healthier, they don't have any underlying conditions. The other person has this virus come into their life and it is creating this like chaos, because I think your system is trying to figure out what this thing is. It's in your body, it's trying to fight it, and I think what happens is it's fighting it because I don't think our body necessarily maybe can kill it the same way. So as it's growing and growing and growing, our weakness comes and we get it, or we were able to fight it and remove it. I have like an acidic body, so I'm assuming there's a very good chance I could have been exposed to it. I went downstate to where I used to live and I could have been exposed to it, but I don't usually generally get sick because I have super high pH. Like I think everything gets burnt up and eaten. The only thing I do suffer from is bronchitis and things like that because I make too much histamines. Like I'm super sensitive to dusts and pollens and things like that. Right now my allergies are bothering me a little bit, but that's why I have totally quarantined and tried to stay away from people, because I take a medication that helps to suppress my body's reaction to it. So I do precautionalize myself and stay away from people. But the flu part of it, you are very susceptible to getting it. And you could show signs and not show signs. So with your body, I would suggest, because I do a lot of research, I'm very sensitive and I'm a very natural based person. So everything that I'm going to tell you here is never going to be go take a pill from the store or it's going to be taking options that are naturally based. If you can. I don't want you to harm yourself. I don't want you to do something. So washing our hands, with soap and water for a long enough time to clean it off. Okay, sanitizer is for something if you're out and you feel like you want to clean your hands. I don't like sanitizer, personally. I would rather see people wash their hands like they're saying, because the stuff that if you don't dry it all off, it stays on you and it feeds bacteria instead of not feeding it. So wash your hands. You need to get your rest. You're quarantined. You can take a nap. It's okay. Take a nap. Make sure you're protecting yourself if you go out, maybe not touching people. Or I'm a hugger. It's like torture to me. I can't hug people. Don't shake hands. Nothing that would make you exchange germs. If you go to the bathroom, maybe pull your sleeve down, and if you have to go out. Be careful of the foods you're putting in your body. Try not to put so many toxins in your body. Maybe make some food, homemade food. Go on a diet in a sense of you're going to be sitting at home, guys. Do not overeat your pastas, your starches and things. Unless that's all you have to eat, fine. But you're not going to be moving like you're normally moving. Make sure you're drinking your fluids. I don't care what it is. You can even drink a beer. But you need to be drinking your fluids. Honestly, I really don't care. Drink, because that's what keeps your body flushed. Water, Kool-Aid, tea, coffee, it's a liquid. Yes, it might give you a little hyperactivity, or your tea might, give you a little burst because tea has more caffeine. So go eat your foods you're supposed to. Try to be healthy up here. It is not going to last forever. When you traumatize your brain, you traumatize your body. And this is part of what we spoke about with body, mind, and soul. When your mind is in this fear state, you release natural endorphins. It's scientifically shown. The more you release, it hurts and damages your body. And at this time right now, you do not need to be damaging or hurting your body in any way with all this garbage going around with this virus. Body, mind, and soul have to be at peace, at homeostasis. So during this time, I drew some cards to see how this was going to affect us. This is just a little fun thing. It's not going to be everybody. Remember, this is under your birth signs because it's the only way I figured out how I could make it to be where it might hit you. There's a sun sign when you were born. There's a rising sun, which is the house that's in the first house, in a circle chart that they create. If you do not know your sun sign and you would like to know, please reach out to me and I will let you know, because that is your day-to-day aspect of how things affect you. So if you know your rising sun and your sun sign, it's very good because it combines the two of them of how it is. I am a Taurus with a rising sun of Leo. So I have earth energy and fire energy, and my day-to-day is Leo. So if I read a Leo horoscope, there's a very good chance that Leo is going to be a little more pertaining to my life, but I am going to be a Taurus in the sense of who I am, how I react, the person I am. I was born under the sign of Taurus, but my day-to-day first house is Leo. And your moon sign, my moon is Virgo, which grounds me into the earth, which helps me to be more nurturing and loving, which is kind of who I am. I am strength, bullheaded lovingness. I'm going to love you to death. But I have, I'm in the clouds. I'm a dreamer. I'm a lover. I just, that's the way it is. But I know that about me. So when we read these cards, take it as it resonates with you, okay? So not all of it's going to resonate. Some of it will. Like I said, if you don't know your signs and you would like to know, you can look it up online, or I'm willing to help you find it. I can do the figuring of it also. This what I asked the cards, God, Spirit, whoever. I said, how is this virus going to affect people? And that would be mentally, physically, overall. So the first one is Aquarius. And this is what came up, but it was in the reverse. Was wind. And this is the shaman deck, guys. So this is a really cool deck. This is based a lot on Native American and shamanism and stuff like that. I just love the cards. I love the explanations. I have a book. I kind of looked up and got some little ideas because this is a newer deck for me, but I am in love with this deck. So Aquarius is going to be affected by the wind, and the wind talked about change. So in this time, when you've been forced to stop, I feel like It is a time for you to evaluate the change that needs to come about in your life. We spoke about this before, and I really feel like Aquarius, you need to assess what you feel like you need to change. Like, you're going to become aware of something because of this virus. You're going to maybe understand something or want to change something. It was talking about regeneration, about change, about these things coming about. So in this time frame, you're going to be forced to stop. And it might change how you look at things, how the world is moving. And you might say, yeah, no, I don't want that. I really, this has affected me. Like, you're going to lose people, you're going to gain people, you're going to lose jobs, you're going to gain jobs. There's going to be a lot. And right now, this week, I want to say the 21st, it's in my notes, there's that junction that gets all these new things that are coming about for new rebirth. Aries is starting the 21st. I think we're at the 21st. I'm losing track of the days. It's terrible. So we're going into the beginning of a new year, the beginning of the new zodiac year. We're going into a new moon. We're going to be doing a new moon reading probably shortly after this. I'm going to be putting that up, and that'll be how the new moon, or what kind of lesson that the universe will be trying to teach you, show you what you need to understand. So first of all, Aquarius is wind, change. Then we have the Witness. I'm going to turn it around for you. This is for Pisces. The Witness was talking about acknowledge how you feel, but do not fall back into your controlling patterns. Connect with the joy of not having to perform. So the Witness is seeing and understanding how you feel. So this is going to bring about things, and you're going to feel things and understand or experience things, and you're going to be like, whoa, or something's going to happen. You're going to witness something, but it's telling you, don't try to control it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to do any of those things, because it says, connect with the joy of not having to perform. So maybe you're going to see something because you've been forced to stop, and that maybe it's going to be okay. Acknowledge that you're okay with maybe doing a different thing, or you're okay with being at home. You don't have to be that thing that you had to be. I don't know if maybe you're in a job or a situation or a family or something where everything's on you. Like, you're the one that's responsible for everything. And I think that this time, acknowledge that maybe you're feeling a little bit of relief. Maybe you need to remove some of those things, or maybe the fact that you can't do anything about it, you just have to be at home with the kids, or whatever the case may be, or you don't have to do that job because it's not an essential job. And you have to accept that and not try to change it or control it. And it's kind of like, wow, I see it, and like, I can't do anything about it, and just accepting it. And acceptance is one of the biggest things. So you got the Witness, Pisces. Now, Aries got Sacrifice. And I'm pretty sure, as it says, there's going to be something you may have to sacrifice. But when I read the little thing, it was talking about your heart is the one thing that God wants you to give him. Like, it's talking about what you bring to the altar, this card. Your sacrifice. Like, it was talking about, when somebody brought vegetables and somebody brought the blood or meat or the first lamb. And what it said was, God wants you. He wants your heart. He wants your devotion. But he says, when you sacrifice and you give yourself, you get back tenfold. So when you do things for other people, you get back so much more. And if you're willing to listen and give your heart to God, however this resonates with you, I don't know if you've been struggling with your walk or your faith or whatever the case may be, but this virus, not the virus itself, but I think the moment of time that you will be down, be secluded, have to think, you can't be preoccupied, you can't be distracted. It's like, what are you going to what are you going to give me? And God says, I want your heart. I want you. That's what the book says. This isn't me. It's saying that he just wants you. Probably he wants you to do something good. He wants you to give to him, or give to humanity, or sacrifice something in your own life that you want to control and give it to him. However this resonates, that's for Aries. Taurus talks about the ancient ones. This is talking about you having unlimited spiritual resources available to you. It's more like light work. It's like you're going to come into an understanding. The ancient ones, if you think of them, it's like the knowledgeable people up in heaven sitting on the things, you know. And it's not. It's more like you have the access. You're going to realize in this time as a Taurus, because we are very earth-based, very I would say we're very spiritual, but in a more natural way. It's knowing that there's more out there. There's an energy. And it's what this one is saying, that is that this virus time, I'm not saying the virus, it could be, but this virus is going to cause you to stop, or it's going to cause you to realize that you really do have access to these resources of this light work that you need to do. Maybe you'll get an epiphany that there is something that you need to do. You need to go out and help people. You need to pray for, maybe you're going to be a prayer warrior, whatever the case might be. You're going to realize that there is something that you need to do in the matter of humanity, and that you have the resources and the spiritual connections that you need. I'm coming into it. That's very, for me, very, very, what's the word? It hits home. It's exactly. I've come to a point where I'm going to try to help humanity. The next one is Gemini. Now you got 2 cards, and it's not bad because they said the same thing basically. Your first one is the Holy Mountain, and your second one is the Council. And basically, they're talking about you're not alone. Ask for help, and don't let your ego get in the way. Don't let doubts deter you and keep you bound, and climb the mountain. Okay, so this one is talking about the fact that you have a mind that destroys you. Okay, you know that. If you're a Gemini, you know that your mind creates the biggest thing. It's telling you that right now you're going to realize that you're okay, and you're going to be okay. Don't let your mind or your ego take you down and say, oh no, and cause this thing. And then it talked about when you're on top of the mountain, it's not about the struggle. You can see everything, and you can see the beauty. So when you're climbing that mountain and you're getting there, don't let yourself be sabotaged by you. You have the energy. When you need the help, you're not alone, whether it's your family, whether it's God, whether it's people, whether it's resources from the government, whatever the case, it's saying that you're going to realize that you're okay, and there's help, and you're going to make it, and you're going to get on top of this mountain. But it's telling and reminding you, don't let your ego put you back to where you were before, like before the virus came. You are going to be okay. There is help. There is resources. Don't let that ego drag you back down to where you were. This one is for Cancer. The journey. Don't miss the boat. There's a journey to that new place. This spoke about, in the midst of this thing, I've realized, I think what it is something's going to happen to cause you to go or want to be going on a journey. And this was also telling me in the upright position that you need to go. You need to do it. And if you don't, you're going to lose out on an opportunity. So if you feel like you feel like you need to do something, you feel like you need to go somewhere, I mean, and not because you're quarantined in your house, not that way. If you feel like there's a journey that you need to take, you need to listen. Okay, you have finally slowed down. You have finally stopped. You have finally said, okay, and don't let fear get in the way. It's telling you that if you feel that if something is nagging at you at this time, there's a journey that you feel you need to take. They're saying you need to take it. No fear, jump in. If you don't, you're going to lose the opportunity. I don't know how that affects you. I don't know what it is, but if there's something you're going to do or something you're feeling like you need to do, this virus has caused you to slow down and maybe see, or be forced to see, or see that you don't want to be where you're at and you want to be somewhere else. And it's telling you, don't just sit there and stay because you're scared or you don't know or whatever. It's saying now is the time, and it may be a long, long time before that opportunity comes again. I don't know what you're dealing with, but that's what it said. Tree of Life. This is Leo. It was in reverse. The tree of life, what do you need to add to your soil to grow? It talks about conscious creation, okay? So what are you lacking? See, you're stopped, and if you're not filling your soil, you may have planted your seed, but in this time, you're going to realize, well, if I don't have this, I can't. You cannot allow a plant to grow if you don't water it, if you don't feed it, if you don't nurture it, trim off the old things. You have to maintain. So it's asking you during this time, you might realize, I'm not going to grow. If I don't do this, I'm not going to have my dreams. It's creating, and when you've planted that seed, what do you need to add to the soil to grow? What do you need in your life to grow? And that's only a question that you can answer, guys. So if in this time when we've been forced to shut down, and you look maybe you might see what's lacking, that you want something, and you have to ask yourself, why can't I get it? Is it resources? Is it motivation? Is it where you're located? Is it the job, the life, the people that you're around? Does somebody pull you down? I mean, you have to look, why is my plant not growing? You're the plant. Your dream is the plant. Your life is the plant. My goal here is to make you into the best version of you. So if I say something, it's never to hurt anybody. It's to make you think and look at your life to be the best person. I want you all to find as much happiness as you can find. And sometimes we live with blinders. Sometimes we don't want to see the things that are right in front of us. This is just a little reading to help you. But this is very spiritual what's happening here with these cards, because we are forced to slow down. And this is going to be an eye-opener for a lot of people. A lot, especially if you're going to lose people, gain people. You're going to be stuck in your house. You might have to finagle a new way. You might have to get a new job. You might be doing new things that you never thought you'd be doing. Might have to move to a new area. I don't know. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We don't control it. We only control how we deal with it. Okay? Our next person is Virgo. And Virgo got magic. And it's looking at the world with a childlike eyes. You co-create this world. So this is getting, maybe you've lost the magic of this world. It's telling you that you need to look, or maybe you're going to realize, I think that's what it is. You're going to realize that there are so many magical, awesome things that are around you, and you're so busy maybe being a negative Nelly or whatever the case may be, or you're so wrapped up in the negative that when you slow down or you're forced to be there, maybe God's going to open your eyes to say, you know, I helped to create the world that I want. And you're going to be speaking to him probably through your mind. Like, this person, he might say to them, look at this beautiful, okay, so you don't have a lot, or say there's not a lot of people around you, but look, you have this great opportunity to help people. Look at the beautiful plants that are going to be coming. Look at this time you've been able to clean your house, or you've been able to spend this time with your children, and look at these beautiful children that are growing. Look at this, you got all your plants put in, you started this, you wouldn't have been able to do that. Oh, you created something, and if you had not been home, you wouldn't have created this new thing. And this new thing might spark new magic within you to do something different, or to add something beautiful to your life that you didn't do or you hadn't made time for. However it affects you. Virgo, you got magic. See the world through a child's eyes. All right, so we have Libra, and you are the other one that got 2 cards. The Hummingbird and the Earth Keeper. So you're dreaming big. Reach out to someone from the past that's not been in your life. Okay, so dreaming big. Okay, you might realize there's bigger things out there than just the little stuff. And the other card talks about reaching out to people that you have not been around. So you want to think of somebody. You might start thinking, oh, I haven't heard from someone in a while. Maybe I'll call them and make sure they're okay. That's what I think is going to come out. You're going to dream a bigger dream. You're going to dream bigger things, or you're going to want to expand. Like, I've been doing my own thing. I've been my little thing. I've been closed in. I don't think I could do this. And in this time, you might be opened to new things, to new old things. Call a friend. Call someone you haven't seen. Decide to go on that trip to go see somebody that you haven't seen. Whatever. But this is what it's saying to you. Big, it says you are dreaming big. And then your hummingbird and this other one, these two, and the other one was talking about calling and reaching out to someone that you haven't seen in a while. And checking on them, seeing how they're doing, calling them. So somebody is going to come to mind possibly during this time that you say, you know, we used to have so much fun, or I really wonder how that person's doing, or I miss them, you know. I'm going to call them. So it could ignite something else in the midst of while you're doing it. So I feel like Libras, if you're thinking of somebody, or you're reminiscing because you're sitting at the house drinking too much wine, I don't know. If you think of someone, call them. Because it's probably somebody on your heart, your mind, or maybe the Spirit of God wants you to, maybe there's something the two of you can talk about or ignite, or you've just both gotten so busy, male or female, it doesn't matter. You've gotten just so busy that you've lost touch with each other, and maybe they're just as excited to talk to you, and they've been so busy they haven't been able to reach out. Okay, so now we have Scorpio. To me, Eagle seems strong. Okay. Oh, the bird says yes to a new adventure. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to. This is my Libras. The bird was talking about a new adventure, even if it seemed... okay. Sorry. This is saying yes to an adventure or a new thing, even if there's some challenges that come along the way. It's dreaming big, and it's going for it, no matter what. So if there's something that comes along, or something that seems very big and very grandeur, and you don't know if you want to do it, okay? Eagle. Eagle is for Scorpio. Scorpio, it talks about choosing freedom. The bird soars. You're gonna see that you want to be free. Whatever it is, free from something. Yours is gonna bring a need for freedom. And that could be freedom from job, freedom from a person, freedom from a thought. It's just freedom. Think of a bird. He's flying. He's not grounded. He's flying, okay? Scorpio, you are going to find what you want to be freed from, okay? This is for Sagittarius, Earth. Earth talks about helping the world. So you are going to come into an understanding of something you want to do for the world. You might want to help them. You might go into that field. You might say, oh, I really want to be a part of this. Or you may do something in this time frame that maybe you wouldn't have done before. It might ignite something. But when you get the Earth card, it's talking about helping the world, the Earth, the nature, whatever. It's something to deal with helping the Earth, and we inhabit the Earth. So it's talking about you helping people, or an idea of helping people on this Earth. And that's very possible, because look at all the sickness. You might go into biogenetics or something to figure out so this stuff doesn't happen again. You might go into a new business. You might create something new for it. All right, our last person is Capricorn. And it's the blade and the beauty way. The beauty is to see the beauty around you. Slow the heck down and see the beauty around you, Capricorn. And maybe that's what you're going to do. You're going to see the beauty. And then the blade talks about overcome the fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade, and use it wisely. Summon the power of the heavens. So your blade is very powerful. So you don't want to hurt people, but I feel like this is talking your truth and not being held back by your truth. That you're afraid somebody's going to be offended, or you're afraid somebody's going to be upset. And it's for the good. And it says, summon the power of heaven. I feel like you're going to cut through the bull crap. And you might have to say something that somebody might get a little offended about. But you're like, you know what? It's asking you, you're going to see the beauty in things, and you're going to cut through the crap. And you're not going to be so worried about what people think, or whether they like what you have to say. And that's freeing. That's really, but it said to also be careful. because you can take people down and hurt them. It's not for hurting, okay? It's for understanding. It's for saying your truth. And it's based, and when it was saying summon the power of heaven, it's saying use it for good. Make people aware of maybe something bad they're doing and not be worried about whether they're going to be upset because you called them out on it. But if it's for good intentions, that's the difference. All right? So guys, that's what's going to be coming. Take it, leave it. Guys, have a great day, and we'll be back with your moon reading.